Okay, so what you have here is a new request made after going to the contact us page of the home nilathra.com website. And once you made a request, it comes to request section, and then once you assign a particular agent to that, this is where you will end up. So now this is where you basically enter basic itinerary details that has four tab. So here you basically enter all the contact detail, name and things like that, and then this is the travel preference. This is all the team members travel with him. And then this screen basically allow you to select activities. Say as an example, if he says that he wanted to go kayaking, train ride, things like that. So all of those you're going to select here. And since this is Benji who we have already finished the tour, I'm not going to change anything here. And then here it is the activity builder. So travel style is luxury. So depending on the travel style, all the costs change. So if it is a regular, premium, luxury, ultra VIP, all the costs change. The values like markup values change, things like that change. And then this is AI model. You can select whatever models to generate the itinerary. And if you want a guide, you can select here. So all the guides in our database is here. And if you want to save a version after doing a modification, then you can save a version here. So in this particular case, we have multiple version of and then here the AI rules. So what it does is it basically allow you to instruct how to generate the tour through the AI. Okay, and then you can put these things. This one is like applicable for all the tours, and this one is specific for this tour, so that you can say all the details. I mean, you can read this and understand. So let's close this one. And then also the option to download a PDF is also there. Once you click this auto generate route, it's going to populate all the records for these 4 adults, 0 children. And then you can also say how many rooms you are expecting to have. So in this particular case, we have said double twin. And then it's 8-day tour based on this detail. It says check-in and check-out date, so that it identifies. See, 31st July is a night, so you can identify how many days he is going to stay based on this instruction. So it decide all of those AI and then populate all these days. And then here you can if you want to delete a existing AI generated date, then you can delete it. If you want to insert one, then you can do that. And then here you can go to the next day and then understand. And here all the tour itineraries, and there are multiple itinerary type items. Say as an example, this particular section represent a meal type activity. So in this case, in the morning itself, your breakfast, and all the details are here. And here it is activity. It's a Arugambe visit. And then here it is travel. It is again meal. This is again activity. See, relaxation and departure for departure. So that's activity. And then here again a meal. Here again sleep. So sleep is basically where you bind a hotel to this itinerary. So every time the last item of a particular day is sleep. And then if you want a particular meal binded with a particular restaurant, which you're going to manage the cost, then you can bind it as well. So there are a lot of hotels here. So you can bind a hotel, then it comes here, and then the cost get added to the itinerary. So that's it. So I'll go through all of these. And in addition to that, you can also configure suppliers like a driver, chauffeur, and vehicle. So you can in particular day, say as an example 6th day, where we travel with them. So that in that case there are 2 chauffeurs. One is Priyadarshana, one is me. And then the vehicle is also changed, and it's Nilathra Hotel Management is providing the vehicle in that particular day. And day 1 it is Wajira who drive, and then Nilathra Hotel Management, and it's Toyota Vitz I put I don't know what the vehicle is, so we need to correct that. And once you have all these details, you can save it here. So it's important that you save it, and you can change, you can shuffle these itinerary items, you can change anything, you can change these numbers. So anything editable, you can edit them, and you can move around these items, and also you can have discussions against these items as well, which I will explain later. And then next is configuration of all these additional cost, like if a particular person want various concierge services, say as an example on the airport itself, if you want airport meet and greet, there is a cost associated with that. Airport porter service, there is a cost, small cost, but they are going to be cost. So likewise there are various costs, and once you add all these costs, and then you can move on to so in this particular case for this tour we have about $50 cost, and you can proceed to the next step, and this is where you're going to share the itinerary with the driver, tourist. Let's wait till it load. Normally it should load quite fast. Only the first time it take time, otherwise it's faster. Okay, so you can see that 720 we have shared it, and what we shared is here, and 720 about 9 minutes later also there is a share, and after that we have not shared anything with the Benji. So these are this once you done that, that's the end of a particular basic itinerary preparations. This is where you agree the cost with the tourist, and once you agree the cost, and if he start paying, then you're going to go to the next step, where you're going to do the finalization of the itinerary, where you do the booking and everything as well. So in this particular case you have to select which of those operations are included in this particular tour. Say as an example, there may be cases where security is not included, VIP security, dining is not included, experience activities are not included, so that you can opt out certain things. And then this one is all about PO block, so that you have now multiple days. So day 1 you may stay in hotel 1, day 2 also you may stay in the hotel 2, hotel 1, so that for both days you're going to have one PO, and then day 9 again you are staying on the same hotel, or else in the middle of the tour you may have a dinner from the same hotel. Then you can create PO blocks for multiple activities. So you're going to create a one PO for all these activities. So that's this. So you can configure that and modify that as well. Normally it automatically create based on various details, name and ID and things like that. It identify and then create it. Say as an example, see here Nilathra Hotel Management, we have day 1 and 6 as a one PO. And then Vajira, there are 2 separate drivers, and then see driver Priyadarshana has multiple activities. Vivanta has multiple activities. I don't know why this Vivanta is different to this Vivanta. I think it is because this sleep name sleep is there. If you get rid of that, I think these all of them going to become one PO. And then Asia Fleet also still have some items. It is, I didn't change it, so Asia Fleet is the service provider PO block name, because before we create these POs we assign that name, but you can change it if you want. Right here you can modify it. And then hotel selection, this is where you book a hotel. So now you have Secret Gem, Fortress, Vivanta, so you can have various things like you can change the hotel if you want, and if you want to have additional custom PO items, you can add them here, and then you can request a quote. So this is a quote request, and there is an email as well. See, it all automatically done. And then once the request code is sent, you get a request code email here. See this one. So you will have a request code email, and once you finalize and select a hotel, then you can raise the PO for that hotel. This is create PO is basically sending a PO for the same hotel, so that automatically normally the details are populated, but you can modify them and various details are there. And then once you select that hotel, that will come as a PO, a finalized PO. So same for activity providers, same for restaurants, transport providers, drivers. And then this is where once a tourist is given a particular cost, then that cost related items comes here, okay, and then you can collect payment from the tourist. Now in this particular case our cost is 3000 something, and then we have 2 bank transfers, 2 cash payment. One bank transfer is US dollar 2000 something, another bank transfer is 800 something, cash $15, and another cash is Sri Lankan rupee 200,000. So all these things are supported, so that it convert everything to the respective agreed exchange rate, and then do the calculation based on everything. So see, you can say balance is 0, so everything is paid. And you can go into these details, create a receipt and things like that. And financial controlling is where you're dealing with all these vendors. Now you have book, Fortress related payments, and all these other payments are handled here. Now if you look at this one, this is the driver Nirosh Leonaruge, this is driver Vajira, this is driver or rather Nilathra Hotel Management providing vehicle. This is Priyadarshana personal driver. So he has advance payment, all these payments are mark here, and then invoice recognition for the driver, all these things are there, so you can understand that. So there are 2 items, there's a mistake here, so let's leave with that for the moment. And then we want the hotel garden, and then all the payment related to that is here. In this particular case there is a balance for this, because we thought that we're going to get a refund of that. If the refund received for $96, now since we're not going to get it, I have to close that, so there is remaining balance here for the dinner. And if you get a refund, you can do that. And if you want to add advance payment, match invoice, or else add a payment, everything can be done here for all these things. So you have done all that, and then you come to the profit loss. So this is where the actual cost, this is where the actual payment, this is where the actual invoice value, because I said that there is a difference, so we would have charged this. By a mistake I think we charged this, so that's where the issue is. And then charge total is actually different to the actual invoice, because there is again a difference value. I think it's a $96 or something like that the gap is, and then there are various other values, you can check them. And then for each one, against each one you have the contracted price, charge price, and the margin details. You can see all of that. For a particular block, say as an example accommodation, what is our total margin? It's 25%. For transfers it's 20, it's less. And meal and dinner it's about 19%, it's again lesser. And driver, our margin is even lesser, 9%. And other suppliers like concierge and all those things, we don't have a margin even, it's 0%. So these are the details that you can see, and I didn't look at this one. So that's it, and then you can complete a tour.